Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, August 16th, 2023 by Gaia Blooming. I'm Mimi and our energy mantra for today is love will carry us through. So it's actually a line from a Fish song. Joe's favorite band is actually Fish. And I've been to one Fish concert and that song was played there. And it was my first time ever hearing it. And that line stood out to me. And as I've been sitting with this new moon energy, that has been the line that just keeps coming over and over and over, is love will carry us through. And when I sat down trying to think about the energy mantra, that is the only thing that just kept coming through. So I surrender to the love will carry us through vibes and trust in that. So here we are, new moon in Leo, and what a potent new moon this is. This new moon is at 23 degrees Leo. It is conjunct Lilith. We've got Lilith energy as part of this new moon. So we have the sun, the moon, and Lilith. And Lilith is here to be like, you gotta get on your soul program. So Lilith is pushing those buttons, and just to support the button pushing, we have this new moon squaring Uranus. So today, Tuesday, when I'm recording this, is when we had the sun squaring Uranus, and then the moon will square Uranus at 2:04 a.m. Pacific time, and the new moon is 2:38 a.m. Pacific time. So that's how close in squariness Uranus is to this new moon essence. That is very close. To be within like minutes, it is a very close, it's a very close energy. So Uranus, the revolution, evolution energy, is poking at our egoic selves, our inner child, our wounded inner child, our ability to love, our desires, our creativity, so many energies. And Uranus is like, nothing is safe. Poke, poke, poke. Come on, humans. You can do this. Evolve. Shift. Revolution, evolution. And let me just be fair and say what I heard. You probably saw my little, I heard evolve or die. And wow, that sounds really harsh, but that's kind of the process we're in. We're like, evolve, shift, grow until we're into the next cycle. And when we get stuck for too long, it's like, well, do you want to keep doing the work you've come here to do? Or are you ready to be re-inspired by spirit? Ha! So it's a very intense message. That message actually sounds very Lilith energy, to be fair. So Lilith intrigued by Uranus energy. So I feel like this is so powerful that we have Lilith as part of this new moon energy. The Sabian symbol for 23 degrees is very Lilithy. The Sabian symbol is, in a circus, the bareback rider displays her dangerous skill. And for sure, right now, life feels a bit like riding bareback. And the keynote is so funny. I laughed when I read the keynote. I'm like, yes, this is how it is right now. The keynote is the audacity and perseverance required to control and play with the powerful energies of the vital realm in human existence. Holy cow, the audacity and perseverance that we are being required to have at this time to be in our personal revolution, evolution energy is whew. So the Sabian symbol is acknowledging the power of this new moon energy. Now it's also interesting because this new moon is at 23 degrees. This new moon, the sun, Lilith, Uranus, all holding this 23 degree energy. 2 plus 3 is 5. Yay, math. I can add. But 5 energy is Gemini energy. Not to mention, we're in the year 2023, but 5 energy is the energy of change. And that was the other song that came back around when I was sitting with this astro energy for today. If you remember that song by Sheryl Crow, A Change Would Do You Good, was coming through for a while. I think that was back in the eclipsy times. So here it is. So the universe, Sheryl Crow, Lilith, this new moon, Uranus, are all encouraging us to take those steps, to have the courage to take the steps into change that we are being called into at this time. A change will do us good. I love courage. I think it's one of the best words because cor, I believe, is heart in French. So our core, our heart, to lead with the heart, to bravely go forth in heart energy is the calling of this new moon, to bravely move forth in accordance to our soul blueprint. That is the Lilith calling for us, is to align with that blueprint, come what may, to risk everything, to risk the ridicule, that Lilith did bring into her, to her life for following that called path. But the soul fulfillment that it brings to align on that level of path. So it's a very powerful calling. This is a very powerful new moon. It's also interesting because this moon is leading us into the yachtiness of the next few days, coming in with that solar yacht. Like I said, love pulling us through the eye of the needle energy, but this old stuff, that Neptune stuff, the past life energies, spiritual lessons, Pluto, those lessons that dance with survival, moving through, over the next few days is very potent. I encourage you to sow seeds of love. I encourage you to water seeds of love, water acts of love in your life, whether it is you activating the love in your life, taking that action, water that for sure, or others bringing that love vibration to you. Water that. Water those energies to help support you in these changes you're being called into the soul you're being called into your personal revolution, evolution that you're being called into. Time to water these and have much courage in this forward momentum. Now, it's also interesting because Mars is also hitting the 23-degree mark at some point today and will be connecting to Uranus as well. So when I was mentioning all the 23 energies, here's Mars. And Mars in Virgo is like, I'm going to make it really practical. I'm going to lay out the steps that you need to make to change. Now, Mars brings around the essence of the body, the mind, the soul, the spirit. Leo's holding that heart vibe. Virgo, the whole holiness of Virgo can hold that heart vibe too, but it's bringing those other realms. And I feel like there's a very physical activation, physical steps that we are being called to take in this. Now, I love that Mars is in a trine with Uranus. This is so supportive of taking healthy, helpful steps in and through this energy. And again, with courage, listening to yourself. Now, what may be confusing is we do have Mercury hanging out in Virgo, in conjunct Chiron. So remember how we had all those Chiron connections? Here's Mercury, like, it's my turn. So Mercury and Chiron in an in conjunct. So when we have an in conjunct, we're not seeing eye to eye. These planets don't necessarily know how to work together. Mercury in Virgo thinks it knows what's healthy, but it doesn't know the whole story of your destiny. And that is where that Chiron in Aries, that piece that knows who you are, comes in. The piece of you that knows who you are has to inform Mercury in Virgo, who thinks it's found all this knowledge out here, but needs to also listen to the knowledge in here. So that's how we're going to unite these energies in working together. So you may find things that you have heard are healthy, things that you've, been told to do, is not how you're being called forth. And this is definitely an internal call. This is part of that Lilith connection being like, you know the way for you forward in and through this, not anybody else. Yes, you can be inspired by people. Yes, people can tell you, hey, I think this would be beneficial. And you'd be like, yeah, I hear that. But if somebody says, hey, I think you should do this, including a doctor, and you're like, I don't know if that feels right. Be willing to check in with yourself. I'm not saying go against your doctor's orders, who knows. But check in with yourself. To thine own self be true. That reminds me of one other thing that came through. The moon will then move into Virgo, supporting this energy at 4:14 p.m. and hopefully give us a little cooling off from the fiery energies that we've had going on. But may bump up the critical energies, may bump up some of the mental energies over the next few days. There's a quote that's been bothering me, not bothering me, but trying to make its way through. But it's basically look at love as long as you can and don't turn away from it. And that to me is the essence of this new moon in Leo, to keep your eye on love, keep your alignment in love, and that is the most important thing in this. So courage at the top of the heap, courage and play. What could be more Leo? Have some fun. Let the fun be the change. Make yourself laugh. Even if you have to go scroll on Instagram and find cat videos, they never fail to make me giggle. Find some way to bring some joy in. Guidance card in reverse. It's interesting because I'm getting that essence. There are things that you've been told that you're following that are taking you away from love. And this is a call to turn your back, but turn back around to love. Turn back around to face love for yourself. We do have the letting go card. Again, something that you need to let go of that's keeping you from embracing the love energy. What is that for you? For me, I think it's often my mind. My mind will and talk me out of love. It's amazing how it can do it. So notice for you, what is keeping you away from love? The final card is transformation in reverse. And what I would say is I know you're tired. Come, this is the way. I am tired too. It has been so much, right? This transformation process is ongoing. It's not sudden. It's not overnight. It's piece by piece by piece. And thank God for that. It would be a little bit too much if it was just, here you are in your truest self. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in the process. And have faith that love will carry us through. So I'm leaving that here for today. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides that, the better gets, the better gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power. And remember who you are. Namaste.